Yo guys, what's going on? This is Yorkie Man here. Welcome back to another episode of this Football Manager 2021 save here on the beta with Man City. And yeah, we need to talk about January. January's not been great. Don't want to talk about it too much because it upsets me, but we will go into what's been going on in January. There's been a few transfers. There hasn't been any for me. I haven't brought anyone in. If you didn't see the last episode and who we signed, go and look at that. I've done nothing. It's been awful. You can see we're not top anymore. Although it's goal difference, it's only a bit of goal difference, but we're not top anymore. Liverpool are right in the race, and yeah, we're taking on Everton today, which should be a tough task as well. But let's just see how January's gone then, I suppose. We might as well kick it off with that. How's January been for you, Yorkie? Well, it started off very well. Well, it didn't, because we drew to Wolves in the last episode. But after that, we took on Bournemouth, and we won 3-1. Happy days. We took on Sheffield United. We beat them 2-1. There's quite a few games there. This is the first time we've done so many games. You can see it gets progressively worse. The Sheffield United game was frustrating because of the situation. We scored, they scored late on, and I had to push hell for leather to get the second. This is a theme. We're doing this a lot as a club at the moment, being hit on the break. I think balls over the top on this year's FM at this stage of the match engine on the beta, they're a bit strong. They are just a little bit strong. And when you're the aggressor, when you're playing a formation or a style of football that is quite high up the pitch, but very intricate, very neat, one-touch passing, that kind of style, then it's very easy to get it over the top. And if anyone's got a little bit of pace and your two defenders are morons, you're going to concede some goals. And that's... yes, it's happened. We then took on my beloved Leeds. We beat them 1-0. Riyad Mahrez, and then we kind of shut up shop. To be honest with you, after the Sheffield United game, we scored, and I shut up shop because I was so concerned that we were going to concede late on. And that brings us to Fulham. And exactly what I said I didn't want to happen bloody happened. Fulham did nothing. They might as well have not even showed up. They might as well have not got off the bus. Well, until they got their point. Because we absolutely dominated. 15 shots, 9 on target. An XG of 2.14. And that's been very much the theme this season. Although we did score ours with a penalty. Vargas in the 86th minute went clean through. Their first shot on target of the game. And yeah, we drew against Fulham. We dropped points against Fulham. Not acceptable. And... I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. Aguero with a 6.3. It's like we give him the contract and he went, yeah, cool, thanks for the contract. Now I'm just going to stop playing good for you. That's it. My efforts now are at 0 because I've got an extra year. Cheers, Sergio. And then that brings me to arguably the most FM'd I've felt so far on this year's game. I haven't really felt FM'd once yet playing this year's game. This was the moment. This FA Cup game was the moment. Vincanisto had a great game. 28 shots, 9 on target, an XG of 2.98. We lost 3-1 to Spurs. They had 3 shots on target. They scored all 3 shots on target. Harry Winks' goal was an absolute screamer from Edison, who got a 6.1. Shocking performance, because in the grand scheme of things, my defence actually was well rated in this game. Their average ratings were pretty decent. My entire team's average ratings were pretty decent. We couldn't find the back of the net, which is a theme of this episode. We've stopped scoring. The goals have dried up. We might get one a game, and that's about it. And Spurs did what Mourinho does at Spurs, basically. I mean, they've just done this in real life, practically. And yeah, they just... I can't believe this result. I can't believe it. Nearly 3 XG, and we could only score once. I need to find out how we start scoring again. It's awful. Oh, having said that, Buendia had a good game. No, that's good to see. Transfer signing doing well. Then coming off Spurs, the last thing you really want to do is play against Chelsea, and it was a really boring game. A very even game, as the first encounter was. Timo Werner scored early on and just nothing happened. We came back into the game, but again, 1 shot on target for us the entire game. And yeah, it just really wasn't good enough. I don't know what's happened to the boys at the minute. We're going to have to try and figure it out and get right back on track as we take on Everton today. When you're Man City, there's no way you can have back-to-back losses in the Prem if we're being the kind of side that wants to win the league. And I think for me, my biggest issue, when we look at the English Premier League, and it's quite easy to see, it's the goal difference. If you look at goal difference already, Arsenal's is far superior. So is Liverpool. And this is what we're talking about. We're talking about the teams that are expecting to win the league, the teams at the very top, the pinnacle of Premiership football. And the biggest issue there is the fact that we're just not putting our goals away. Liverpool have got more than 10 goals than us, and it's just an issue. And Arsenal have scored more than us as well. So when you see that teams around you are scoring a lot more than you, it is a problem. And we need to nail that down and figure that out today. Now, I'm very close to just changing the formation for a few games. Tends to happen, doesn't it? You tend to have to change stuff around. And I'm toying with the idea, but what's frustrating is just our inability to find the back of the net. And it needs to happen a little bit more. I mean, 17 against isn't too bad. It's probably the crucial goals, though. The ones that make it a draw. The 17, it's Fulham scored 2 against us. Newcastle this season, 2 against us. West Brom, 2 against us. Sheffield United, only 1 to be fair. But that's the problem. Everton, again, have scored 2 against us going into the second game. So it's those kind of teams. You can't let those kind of teams score 2 past you if you want to win the league. And that's my biggest issue, is our inability to score at the moment. And we've still been rocking this tactic. And, it does work. And it has worked all season, but just at the moment isn't scoring. And we used this against Spurs, and it was very good going forward, but it just... Well, you've seen what happened. And then we tried this against Chelsea, and they were just better than us. We had to swap halfway through to a bit of a hybrid formation. So we're going to kind of stick with what we're doing, because what we have been doing has been working. I'm not a moron. I can see that what we've been doing has been working. It's just those moments in games recently haven't been happening where we find the back of the net. Now, we're very patient with the way we build up. We're very patient with the way we try and score our goals, and we try and work it in around the box and be neat and tidy with it. It's not been working. It's weird trying to get Man City to play any other way, though. For me to break away from this tactic and go, right, we're going to go a bit more direct, we're going to do this, just seems strange, because that's just not how this team's been built. So we're going to stick with this. We're going to stick with this mindset. As the window is still open, Jan Couto, you may have seen before, has played some football for us. Happy that he's been playing. Ben Knight has re-signed for us. He's got a new contract. Every man and his dog wanted him. Honestly, everybody wanted him. But we've managed to re-sign him. And you can't see Braff. It's because he's gone on loan to Atalanta. Man City like to loan players out, like Jack Harrison, to the United States. I thought Braff will be the next one. I just thought this second half of the season he weren't going to get as much game time with Depay and... Depay, and Buendia, Depay and Buendia. God, I'm glad I can remember who I've signed for the team. I've not even signed that many players. But yeah, so we're going to go into this game. I'm going to pick the team, sort that all out now. And I'll see you in the Everton game, and hopefully good result for us. Maybe. Fingers crossed. Let's bounce back now. Let's bounce back. Does Dowie want it? Dowie. Bounce back ability. That's what we need to show in this one. Show me your bounce back ability, boys. Let's see what the quick pick gives me. I'm probably gonna, actually, I don't mind that. It's just Rodri. I've found myself not knowing what to do with Rodri. I don't know. I don't know what his role is in my team. And that's my biggest issue. Now, Raheem Sterling is back. I'm going to give him the game time. Raheem the Dream. We'll see how he gets on. And my issue at the moment is figuring out this role. Sergio did play advance forward for a little bit, and obviously since the contract situation, he's decided that he doesn't want to play football anymore, and he's packing it in. He's going to go on a tour, a Westlife tour. Oh, no, I made that up. But yeah, he's just given up, really. He's given up on football, because whatever he's been doing, it hasn't been football. So, that's been an issue for me. But Buendia has come in and, we're trying to blend him into the system, blend him into our way of football, and he's slowly getting there. He's lacking fitness, is Raheem, so I'm not going to play him the entire game either. And Bernardo Silva's definitely not going to play. We'll play Riyad Mahrez. Still looking to try and get rid of Mahrez, just nothing's come off yet. We're favourites. We are the favourites. I'm glad that did well for you, Diaz. Now, I used to think aggressive was really bad, but I've noticed that Diaz is aggressive pretty much for every game. He's just an angry human being, I'm thinking. So it hasn't really caused any problems. We're still sticking with 3D. I'm not in this one, though. Look at the kit clash there. That's absolutely horrendous. Why would you ever... That's great. Okay. I'm just going to show off that I've been playing. It's awful on this as well. Who is who? I don't really know. That's ridiculous. We're going to stick with the same philosophy, right? This is just the philosophy that Man City work with and that we work with. Our problem is on this year's FM, they seem to be really good at cramping the box. I mean, middle play is great. This kick clash is horrendous. I'm sorry, guys, if you're struggling I'm struggling as well. But, inside play is really good. But at the same time, I find when you're a big team... Oh, Raheem went for that. When you're a big team, you have really compact defences. When you're playing, you're going to come up against really compact defences. And the issue with that, and in this scenario at the moment, is it makes it really difficult to score. When a team plays really compact, it's like near impossible to score. It's very hard. Come on, Marit. I've just realised it looks like they're football shots, by the way. It's not boxers for you. It's just they're football shorts, yeah. I don't play football, but I like to wear them. Lounge shorts. Never mind, let's carry on with the game. We started off well, 2 shots, 2 on target, which is a nice change, but your problem is you can see already, when you're having 2 shots on target and your XG is bloody 0.6, they ain't great shots on target. They're not good shots on target. This is what we're having consistently, but the problem is it's down to the style of play, really. Go on, De Bruyne. It's down to the style of play. You can see how many players they've got back in the box, and even if we drop the line a little bit, because our build-up play is relatively slow, I don't rush the build-up play. We build up relatively slowly. It's a problem. It's an issue. It's a bit of an issue, and it's caused an issue for the entirety of the set. Arsenal are losing, so this is big. This is important that we get a result in this. It's caused an issue so far for me, so I will drop the line, and we'll see what we could do. But getting Gundogan there probably holds on to it a little bit too long, and now we're sat camped outside their box, and it's just kind of this. Go on, Gundogan, surely. Oh, go on, LK. Only 3rd goal of the season. I'll have some of that. I was just literally saying, though, how we were camped inside the box. But yeah, you'll see in this situation that Everton are so compact. Look at how many players they've got back. You really are counting on this kind of situation where you can get a runner off. And that's probably why Foden's done well in that Mazzala role. And obviously now Gundogan's got himself a goal in that Mazzala role as well. A lot of goals have come from that role. But unfortunately, not a lot of goals have come from the striker. That tends to be the kind of goal we're scoring. Now, the plus side of this could be, maybe, I'm saying this now, is that because we're sat just a touch deeper, they might now give us more space. So now at this stage of the game, because I think they're going to come at us a little bit more, now I'm going to pass into space. We'll see if that gives us a little bit of a better opportunity for us to find balls to run onto. But I mean, look, De Bruyne here, what role is Mahrez set to? He's set on attack, but he's not getting forward. He's decided there, I'm not having it. I'm not getting forward. I don't want to. I'm not in the mood today. De Bruyne again, he's getting into that position, but I think I'd rather he passed it because his shot isn't fantastic. Not a bad start to the game so far. I think the added part of having Rodrigo in the team ahead of Fernandinho is that he's taller. So he's going to get on the ball a little bit more. Go on, Jesus. Oh, he's pretty wide. He's going to get on the ball a little bit more in those physical scenarios as a DM. And that's one of his selling points. But the downside is he's no Fernandinho. So, I mean, there's always that. Go on, De Bruyne. Let's have another goal. This would be lovely after the results we've had. If we could be comfortable. Cancelo there goes close. If we could be comfortable, that'd be awesome. Because we've not had that recently. Liverpool are beating Man United. So that would put Liverpool second, which isn't ideal because I'm worried about them chasing us down and they're going to be a problem, right? They're going to be an issue. So half-time, it's all right. It's all right at half-time. We've restricted them to not having a shot. But my problem is at the moment, as soon as just the team have a shot, we bloody concede. Right, let's hope for a good second half. Good, comfortable second half where we can we sit back, get an early goal, we can sit back a little bit, we can relax, we can chat, we can have a dump, Richarlison, we can have a good time. Richarlison's actually someone I'm kind of minorly interested in. I know I need to stop signing wingers, so I'm not that interested in him. I just quite like Richarlison, and I know that this is one of those saves that is rare for me, so I'm not going to get the opportunity to sign a lot of these players. Go on, Mahrez, here we go. This is the moment. Riyadh, what are we doing there? Jesus. Send him off, maybe? Be nice. No, okay. Jesus. Whatever that was, buddy, you're not doing it no more. We're going to go advance forward. We're looking to break a little bit more, so I feel like advanced forward this year, I don't know why, is one of the only forward roles for me that gets in behind. And it's a bit frustrating because if Jesus makes the run there, we're in. We're laughing. We're having a dance together. We're having a joke after. We're smoking a cigar. Don't smoke cigars, kids. It's not good for you. But, we're in a really bloody good position. But for some strange reason, just didn't want to run, did he? He just thought, I'm going to stay here. I'm comfortable. Go on, Laporte. Comfortable in my spot. That's great fighting work from Kevin De Bruyne. I don't know how you replace him. If this was a long haul rebuild, I don't know how you replace him. I don't know. Maybe Houssam Ayar. He's not as good as De Bruyne though in terms of his passing. He's just someone who you don't replace really. You find somebody different. That's a nice ball in though from Cancelo. Someone needs to be committing and getting on the end of that. That's the thing, right? Someone needs to commit and get on the end of them. Go on, Gundogan. Turn creator. Sterling. Oh, how's he not scored? How's he not scored? And then Badaj is offside. Raheem, the dream, has just not come back as good as he was. I think we're going to go Key now, although I am nervous we're going to concede. Don't let Calvert-Lewin win these headers, and that is fantastic from Laporte. One thing we don't want is Calvert-Lewin winning any of those headers up top. We've not moved the ball back to front quick enough, I don't think. Go on, Raheem. Again, though, look at the space we've got. It's non-existent. Zinchenko, it's got to be good. Sterling. Zinchenko, it's not bad, but there's just offside. It's offside. I know already. When he don't flash up down here, it's offside. It's a shame. It's a shame. Loads of people wanted Badej on loan. And I don't know why. I don't know. I love him. I really didn't want him to go. I was like, no, he's got to stay. They always get disallowed. It's a bit frustrating. I think SI need to work on that. I'm not saying that the majority can't get disallowed, but it would be nice if some didn't. You know already if that pops up, it's disallowed. You know you're not going to get it. It'd be nice to, at some stage be like, oh, God, we actually got that goal. Go on, Gundogan. Oh, well fought. He's had a beautiful game in this one. Scored the goal. Absolutely fighting tooth for nail in midfield. Raheem. Mahrez. Oh, that wasn't good, was it? This is not where we want to be. Laporte, don't make a mistake, mate. He made a mistake in it was the Spurs game. I think it was for the second goal. He missed the tackle. Right, Sterling. This is lovely. Penalty. I was just shouting for anything now. Zinchenko. Kevin. Zinchenko. Anything? Gundogan? Oh, wow. Just as I was singing his praises, bloody deserves it. That's how we're getting the line share of our goals. Those low balls across. These low balls here across. These are how we're scoring the majority of our goals, and I just need to find another way for us to score. It's fine that we score this way. It's very Man City, That's exactly what we was trying to achieve, to be honest with you. It is very Man City. We need to find an alternative as well, though. I don't want those being... Are you right-footed, Emmy? I know he's good with both feet, but I wanted to see if he was right-footed. So we'll put him onto a winger now. And I think we'll just keep it at that. We're comfortable now. We can relax a little bit, boys. I wore the blue T-shirt, Man City blue. I don't have anything that represents Man City. Oh, Badej off Godfrey. Oh, I love this young man. He's the future of our strike force. It isn't Jesus, and I really wanted it to be Jesus, but it's certainly not going to be him. He's not been good enough for us as Gabby. He really hasn't. It's a shame. This is the performance you want when you're bouncing back after a result like that against Chelsea. Puts us back top of the table. The title race is going to be tooth and nail. Man United equalised with Liverpool, so it actually gives us a bit of a bloody gap. But for once, we're seeing the rewards for the chances we're creating. This is the majority of games. So I'm not worried about our ability to create when it comes to us not scoring enough. I'm not worried about that. What I'm worried about is our ability to convert. And that always makes me question the kind of chances you're creating. Today, we did the business. We converted the chances when we got them. And as soon as we got the goal and we knew they were going to attack, we put our line deeper. But Dej in the end gets one over the top. So, yes, come on. Good win. We needed that. That's exactly what you love to see. Back at the top of the table. A little bit of a gap now again. And it's a difficult season because it's so tight up there. It is so tight. And Leicester aren't even that far back, 9 points. If they beat us, it's a different story. Certainly will be praising Gundogan for that one. What a performance from him. He's been hit and miss for me, to be fair. I've not really enjoyed him. I've not enjoyed using him, but that's the kind of performance I want every time out. But again, he's 30, so there's a lot of question marks in centre mid for me. The biggest question marks are, can Rodri do this role full time? And I know people have mentioned Tonali, and I am a fan of Tonali, so potentially someone we could pick up. And then it's this. Do we have the right pieces to play these roles moving forward? Now, De Bruyne is fine, but we don't really have another rowing playmaker, in my opinion. I know it says people could play it. Bernardo Silva's probably the closest, but he's better outright. And then it's Mazzala. And now, I would see Ben Knight potentially as our Mazzala in the future. Potentially, but I'm just not sure. I'm not sure. Or Phil Foden, you know. Foden definitely could play that role. So there's some question marks over the future decisions of what we're going to do in terms of this midfield, but I'm happy with that. That was a good performance. That was a good win, and that's going to be it from me, guys. I appreciate all the support as per usual. If you're new around here, smash subscribe, hit the like button. It really helps the videos on the algorithm of the YouTubes. And yeah, man, take it easy. I'll see you in the next one where hopefully we can keep this form going now.